Okay, today I was just gonna have a little fun. Zelda is like my favorite video game franchise of all time. Um, so that's why I decided I was going to kind of look into the history, I guess. So some of you can like learn about Zelda. I don't know. I just want to talk through the Zelda games. Hopefully that doesn't sound too weird. Um, yeah, I'm Nintendish. And I just hit 200 subscribers, and getting to 300 would be nice. So if you could help me get there, that would be really nice. So hit that subscribe button if you have been watching my videos for a while, and maybe consider hitting the notification bell. That way you don't miss an upload. You can tell I'm using green screen, and it's not all that good right now. But it's what I have, unless I do have a green screen, but this is getting totally off topic. This is probably going to get cut out. But yeah, enjoy this video. I've been working on it for a while. Yeah. Okay, with The Legend of Zelda. This game came out in 1986. It was the first Legend of Zelda game, made by Nintendo, obviously. This game's release was not to be sound corny or anything, just whatever. This game's release was a historical moment for gaming. This is because it inspired some other games, like Genshin Impact, for example. But there's not really much to really say about it, since it was pretty like normal game. It didn't like bring up anything crazy or anything, except for save files. Save files were not a thing until this game. This was the first game to use that. Pretty sure. Like positive, actually. So I guess, yeah, that's it for the first Zelda. Adventure of Link. This game sucks. Like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but like, this game, it stinks. I've tried playing it. Like, don't think I just like haven't even tried or anything. I have. I just have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm just like, but the next game is A Link to the Past. This game was a banger. I haven't actually finished it, but I have started it. So yeah, but from what I've looked up into it, it pretty much just the same mechanics as original Zelda. Didn't like give anything new or anything that like completely blew up the gaming industry for a while. But all I know was that a lot of people liked it. I like it for what I've played. It's just the 2D Zeldas. I'll play them for a while, but I get bored of them after a while because I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm not one of those people who goes looking on Google like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Go look it up. Yeah, I don't really do that, mostly because I don't really have access to Google. Well, I kind of do. I mean, if I didn't, how would I be making videos? It's just, I have a flip phone, so it's super hard to like type because I have to go beep, 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 bop, boop, bop, beep, bop. If you had a flip phone, you'd understand. If you do, you know my pain. Looking stuff up is not very fun. But that just completely derailed the video for a while, so it might get cut out. But if you're seeing it, it obviously didn't. Link's Awakening. This game was yet another game to get fans screaming and drooling and whatever over this game. It's honestly pretty much the same as the last game. I have actually played this one. It's pretty fun. It wasn't the Switch remake. I want to get it. It looks kind of sick. But pretty much the same as the last game, only you can jump over holes now. And you're on Easter Egg Island instead of Hyrule. So there's that. It's not actually called Easter Egg Island. There's just a giant Easter egg on top. So yeah. Lord. Sorry. Hope I cut that out. Or if I, hopefully I didn't forget. Because I forget to cut stuff out all the time. And I'm getting like, this is why ADHD can actually I don't have ADHD, Link's Awakening. Actually, that's what I just did. Yeah. So the next game is Ocarina of Time. This game was the first installment to the Zelda series that was in 3D. It also started what we see in almost every Zelda game, not just Zelda games. A lot of games actually had this mechanic in it. That's Z-targeting. It's not always called Z-targeting. I don't think it's called Z-targeting anymore, even in Zelda. But yeah, that's the game that created that. So that's another thing that was new to the gaming. But if you don't know what Z-targeting is, it's basically where you can lock your aim onto something, so you can attack it easier. Previous games didn't have that much because they're 2D. It's why you just kind of press a button and you go. But people thought this game was absolutely amazing, and I do too. This was the first Zelda game I played, and I love it. But that's also why it got a sequel, because it was the greatest game of all time, and it pretty much still is, honestly. Tears of the Kingdom is a bit better, I gotta say, but Ocarina of Time coming second, right there. But then let's talk about Majora's Mask. This is the sequel to Ocarina of Time. Takes place in the child timeline, which can we mention Ocarina of Time just completely destroyed the timeline for Zelda. It's the most confusing thing ever. Why is there the Fallen timeline? Why? Why did this make sense? Because Link beat Ganon, right? So why is there a timeline where he didn't? Because he only beat him once, right? I mean, technically, when you're playing the game, you can beat him multiple times, but you only beat him once. So why is there a Fallen timeline? Because I don't know, the adult timeline and the child timeline, that makes perfect sense. I get that. Fallen timeline, why? Because what if why isn't there a Fallen timeline for every other Zelda? What if Link failed fighting Ganon in those ones, or Demise, or whatever? So why is it just Ocarina of Time? I don't know. Sorry for that rant. Yeah, back to Majora's Mask. It's pretty much the same as Ocarina of Time. This one's not in Hyrule, it's in Turnima. And there's a giant moon that comes to crush you. But it's basically the same as Ocarina of Time, only you can not save easily. You have to go travel to an owl statue and save there, or a book statue or something. I don't know. But that was just I don't understand why Nintendo. You just oof. But the game did have more better graphics, so that's something. But yeah, that's it for Majora's Mask. Okay, Wind Waker. This game, after Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, those are okayly dark games. But then Wind Waker was all bright and crazy. And it was also Toon Link, not a more realistic looking. Well, not any Link really looked that realistic, but this one was definitely cartoony. But this game, it was definitely way lighter than. It wasn't as dark as the ones before. But yeah, there's not much to say about it. They just pretty much use the same game mechanics as it did for Ocarina of Time and stuff. Had cell shading this time, which is the same kind of shading they have in Breath of the Wild, by the way. And Tears of the Kingdom now. Can't forget about Tears of the Kingdom, the greatest game of all time. Why is my hat doing this? Sorry about that. What if I turn down my brightness? Goes away a little bit. I don't know. Okay, you can deal. But yeah, Wind Waker, it wasn't that big of a game really. But I am also going to mention I'm not going to do Four Swords or anything like that, okay? Because Four Swords are just like whatever. But I'm gonna go on to Twilight Princess now. This game originally released on the GameCube, but I only played it on the Wii, and it's definitely the darkest Zelda so far. So after like Wind Waker, it was like super dark, and yeah, it's definitely the darkest game yet, because you have big bad monster things that want to kill you all the time, and they're kind of creepy. But the entire game is just like dark. But this is where Link became right-handed. On the GameCube, he was left-handed, but when they released it on the Wii, since there would be motion controls, Nintendo was just like, well, we'll just invert the entire game around. So the map is technically backwards if you play it on the Wii. So that's why Death Mountain is on the wrong side than Ocarina of Time, because, I don't know, because whatever. But yeah, like, Twilight Princess, it's definitely one of the better Zelda games. Now we're going to move on to one that isn't as good, but it's better than Link's Awakening at least, so yay. This game is Skyward Sword. I did play this one on the Wii. I only played it on the Switch, the HD version. And I've heard that the Wii motion controls are better. I think the motion controls just ruin this game. But the motion controls, they're terrible. It's like me holding controller, swinging it around like a goofy goober, and then, Link just waggling a sword around like this. I'm like, Link, whatever. I'm done with that. I can wear this now. Deal with that. So yeah, that's the biggest thing about that game. Other than that, it's pretty fun. But on the Switch, the one thing is, it's you don't have one of those bar things that you have for the Wii where it can detect where your controller is pointing and stuff. The Switch doesn't have that. So whenever you want to use motion controls, you have to press Y, point out in the middle of the screen, press Y, so you can calibrate your thing. And you need to do this every time. And I mean every time. It's that is it's just so annoying. I don't understand. But yeah, that's stupid. But it did introduce stamina, which came into Breath of the Wild, and it also introduced picking up some items. It was limited, but you could find rocks and stuff on the ground you could pick up. Only a few different rocks, but now we get to move on to one of the greatest Zelda games of all time. Number 3 for me. This game's Breath of the Wild. This game was crazy. This game got Game of the Year. But Breath of the Wild is definitely one of the better Zelda games, mostly because it's open world. It's an entire new adventure. You can do whatever you want. You don't even have to save Zelda. You could just go jump off mountains if you want. It doesn't matter. And Zelda cannot do anything about it. I bet she wishes she could, though, when she sees you tumbling down that mountain. But that game, it uses cell shading just like Wind Waker, and it was just an entire new game, and it definitely brought a lot of different people to the Zelda franchise because it was such a crazy game, and it's awesome. So if you haven't played that, I recommend it. It is good. I don't care what anyone else will say. It is literally amazing. So, but now I'm going to talk about the new sequel that came out this year. The one I got a day late. I don't know. I pre-ordered it, but whatever. This is Tears of the Kingdom, which is just Breath of the Wild with less ragdoll-y stuff. You can't ragdoll as easy. It's sad. Like, have you seen the places that are amazing in Breath of the Wild? Now you can just, like, link just like... Yeah. I don't get it. But, I guess that's what Nintendo does if they don't want you ragdolling. They want you to save the princess. They want you to catch her. It's like, okay. But, yeah. Tears of the Kingdom wasn't as dark as Majora's Mask, I don't think. The only dark part was the beginning, where Ganon was just like... He was like, yeah, it was kind of creepy. Definitely would have creeped me out if I was like 7. I'm 15, so that kind of stuff doesn't creep me out. Not anymore. But I remember when I played Ocarina of Time for the first time, I was like 7 or 8 when I got it. Here's actually my thing right here. I got it for the DS, and it's not even green. That's yellow. Whatever. Well, I got it for the DS, and those redeads, I don't know why, but it gave me nightmares, and then I just quit the game for like a year. Then I went and played it, and then I got stuck, quit for like a year, played it, got done with that part, then got stuck again, waited like a year, and then I played it again and beat it that time. Yeah, but okay. That's it. Zelda is definitely my favorite gaming franchise of all time. If you haven't played them and you have a Switch or something, I'd recommend getting Breath of the Wild. I'd recommend getting Breath of the Wild before Tears of the Kingdom, though, too. So, but it doesn't matter. If you want to play Tears of the Kingdom, it's fine. Breath of the Wild is just better for starting. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're watching this, that's actually amazing. Thank you. That's awesome, because most people, when they see a kid doing something like this, they're like, no. And I can't say I'm like not guilty or something. I do the same thing. So I get it. But I hope you found this video entertaining, and I'd like to do more videos like this. Where I have a green screen and stuff. And I know at the beginning of this video I said I didn't have a green screen, but the green screen just looked terrible, so I'm like, I'm pulling it out. But it's just like a piece of cardboard, so it just kind of does that. Yeah, I painted it green. That's just what I got. But if you subscribe, maybe I can get to where I can start earning money soon, and I could get some good equipment. My lighting's terrible. Yeah, I need lighting. I want to get a capture card. I actually have enough money for a capture card. I don't know. Yeah, but thanks for watching. Bye.